Something just shifted, and most fans haven't caught it yet. A single comment. A pause. A choice of words that didn't sound accidental. Because when Sophie Cunningham finally spoke about her future and the Indiana Fever, she didn't shut rumors down. She opened the door. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why fans think the Fever could be heading toward a major turning point, and why free agency might hit harder than anyone expected. You're also going to hear Sophie's own words, straight from interviews and media appearances, early in this video, because how she said it matters just as much as what she said. For weeks, free agency speculation has been building quietly. No dramatic headlines, no official announcements, just subtle signs that something was coming. Then Sophie Cunningham spoke. Not loudly, not emotionally, carefully, and that's what made people nervous. In a recent interview, when asked about her future and fit, Cunningham said something simple. "I just want to be in a place where I'm valued and can compete." That sentence doesn't sound explosive, but in free agency language, it's loaded, because players don't talk about being valued unless value is being negotiated. Sophie Cunningham isn't a fringe name. She's physical, outspoken, competitive, the kind of player who changes tone in a locker room, and tone matters. When someone like that starts speaking carefully instead of confidently, people notice. The Indiana Fever are at a crossroads. Young talent, national attention, a rapidly growing spotlight.
It's what it's about, right? I think when you really do have really, really good people and you guys all have a common goal that you're trying to get to.
A lot of new faces, yourself included, obviously, come in this year and kind of raise the expectations for this team. Do you feel kind of those expectations coming into the season, and how do you guys manage those?
Man, it's just we're a new team, right? You have a lot of newcomers. You have a new front office, a new coaching staff. You have a new system, and so it's going to take a little bit of time.
I mean,
I'm kidding.
It's competitive nature, but what did it mean to have to want to step up for you in that moment like that?
Man,
And with that spotlight comes pressure. Roster pressure, chemistry pressure, expectation pressure. Free agency doesn't just test contracts, it tests direction. When Cunningham was asked directly about Indiana, she didn't commit. She didn't dismiss it either. She paused, and then said something close to, "We'll see. A lot can happen." That's not reassurance. That's uncertainty acknowledged out loud. Fans immediately split. Some heard strategy, others heard distance. And in modern sports, perception becomes reality fast. Here's why this feels like a bombshell. Teams in growth phases want stability. They want players speaking about building, believing, staying together. What they don't want is ambiguity during free agency, because ambiguity invites leverage. Sophie Cunningham understands leverage. She's been around long enough to know when the moment favors the player. And right now, the moment favors players, especially players who bring edge, media attention, and experience. In another appearance, Cunningham spoke about identity and competitiveness, saying, "I'm not here just to show up. I want to win." That's always the goal. Again, simple words, but read closely. Winning isn't just about effort. It's about environment. And players who talk about winning during contract windows are evaluating more than just salary. This is why Fever fans are uneasy. Not because Cunningham said something dramatic, but because she didn't say what they expected. Free agency used to be quiet. Now it's psychological. Every sentence becomes a signal. Every interview becomes strategy. And Sophie Cunningham knows that. The Fever represent opportunity. But opportunity without clarity creates tension. Young stars attract veterans, but only if the direction feels real. Players want to know, who's in charge? What's the plan? Who's being prioritized?
You had like Caitlin take over a huddle, Austin took over a late. So many of you guys would pull each other aside. Why do you feel like you guys are so in tune with one another already?
Do you enjoy that interaction with the crowd? That kind
heck
of stuff?
yeah. No, I really do think that's what it's all about, right? I think you want to make sure that your home court is special to you as a team. As an energy player, you got to get your fans involved. That's our sixth man right there. And they're loud, they're feisty, they're sassy. And it's like when you get them involved, then it's game over, right? You're in the other team's head. And so this is the first time that we actually got up and down like that. And so I'm not worried about it. I think for us, it's more on the defensive end.
Cunningham didn't answer those questions publicly. And that silence is what people are reacting to. Some fans argue this is overblown, that players say vague things all the time. That's true, but context matters. This is a league gaining attention faster than its old systems were built for. And with attention comes empowerment. Players aren't waiting anymore. They're speaking earlier. thinking strategically, controlling narratives. Sophie Cunningham speaking now, during this window, is intentional. This doesn't mean she's leaving. It doesn't mean she's staying. It means she's considering options openly. And that alone shifts leverage. Indiana's front office knows this. Other teams know this. Because once a player signals openness, phones ring. Quietly, what fans are calling the league being in trouble isn't collapse. It's volatility. More movement. More negotiation. More power on the player's side. And volatility scares traditional structures. But it excites players. Sophie Cunningham isn't a headline chaser. She's blunt when she wants to be. So when she chooses restraint, it signals calculation.
And again, I just think it's a great combo that if you're willing to have a growth mindset, good things are going to happen here in Indiana. And so for us, it's just having each other's backs. It's making sure that you're constantly communicating up there to give your other players confidence to get up in the ball. And she had my back, and I think that's what it's all about, right? I think that we have a huge target on our backs, and I don't think that's a secret. And so making sure that our locker room's like this, and that will naturally flow onto the court. And I think you guys saw that today. Yeah, dude, you're right. And so it's constantly communicating, and it's not being defensive. Everyone's just trying to help. And I think you have a really good group of people. You have a great group of coaches.
Another reason this matters? Timing. This conversation is happening while the Fever are under a national microscope. Every decision is magnified. Every comment spreads. And that increases pressure on both sides. For the Fever, the question becomes, do you lock in stability? Or do you allow flexibility and risk momentum? For Cunningham, the question is simpler. Where can I compete and be valued? And if those two things don't align in one place, players leave. This isn't disloyalty. It's professionalism in a league that's finally rewarding it. By the end of this free agency period, someone will feel uncomfortable. Either a team that overcommits or a team that hesitates. History shows hesitation costs more. Sophie Cunningham didn't cause this pressure. She revealed it. That's the difference. Fans want certainty. Free agency delivers anything but.
It's a team you guys did not shoot well today. Is there anything on the offensive end you thought was off or that needs to be worked on heading into tomorrow?
I feel like the more you talk, the better your rotations are. And then when you're talking, you don't have no choice but to listen to your voice sometimes. And so I think that we kind of went on that little run there because of our defense. And get your teammates involved and trust that good things are going to happen.
There was a stretch when you had a number of key plays and scored a lot. And the crowd really started noticing you more and responding to you. But you also reacted back to them.
And when players start speaking honestly, even softly, it accelerates change. This moment will be remembered less for what was said, and more for when it was said. So the real question isn't, is Sophie Cunningham leaving Indiana? The real question is Indiana ready to meet the expectations its own rise created? Because once attention arrives, silence becomes expensive. Free agency doesn't reward comfort. It rewards clarity. And right now, clarity is being demanded, not by headlines, but by players. Sophie Cunningham didn't drop a bomb with volume. She did it with timing. And that's why fans are paying attention.